Hey everyone, welcome to the Mainpod. I'm here with my co-host and Mr. Tech over here. We have Julian and our special guest today, the one and only Juliza Ruiz with Main Street. Hey, we're so excited to have you here on episode 21. Wow. I keep saying, I keep thinking it was 20, but it's 21. It's gone by really quick.
Yes.
What am I hitting over there?
Hitting the legs.
In the legs. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the main pod.
Yes.
It's a warm day today, isn't it?
Summer's coming.
Beautiful.
Summer's here.
Yeah.
It's like 80 right now
Yeah.
outside. No, it's not.
Oh.
No, it's not, but it's getting
feels
warm. We're
good.
hitting
It's not
spring.
summer, but it definitely feels like summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 81 degrees and it's supposed to be hotter tomorrow. I think it is. Yeah.
I'm sad because all the snow's gonna melt.
For the boarders and skiers and stuff, yeah.
But I like looking at the view.
It's beautiful to look at,
makes
but
it
I'm a
nice.
little over the rain right now. I
Yeah.
need that sun kiss and the beach weather.
You are looking a little pale.
I am feeling very pale. How about you, Juliza? Do you like this cold weather that we had?
I did not. It was just snowing Friday, and then the next day was like
Snowing
warm.
Friday.
Yeah, so I live in Oak Hills,
Oh,
so we get a little
I'm
bit
like,
of
where's
snow.
it?
And it was just snowing Friday, and then Saturday morning sunny, and then Sunday same thing, and then I was like really warm. So
And then people wonder why we get sick, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Is it snowing where you're at? Because you're in butt freaking
We were
Egypt.
close. We were close. Like the snow was right to the bottom of the mountains where we're at. So
Did the
almost.
mountain lion come out?
I did not see the mountain lions.
No sheeps?
No sheeps. We have 2 new cows though.
Oh, man. If you
Not
guys
ours,
missed-
but the ones right behind us.
Yeah, if
And
you guys missed the podcast, a week or 2 ago, 2 weeks ago, about Julie and I talking about tipping over cows and
yeah.
some sheep. That's what I
Yep.
was asking. You have
Yeah.
all the herd
yeah.
living at your place.
Well, we had I think I told you about. I think I told about the goat that died.
No, you told me about your dog killer.
Yeah. The dog that killed the goat. Yeah. Yeah. So things
Yes.
were getting real out there.
Yeah. Do you live in a ranch out there in Oak Hills?
No, I don't. I wish. I would like to like have little like chickens.
Really?
Yeah,
Chickens?
chickens for the eggs. I don't know. I
Oh,
think that would be cool.
You know,
Yeah.
it is pretty cool. I lived on a ranch in Norco, and I remember the mornings I used to go out and actually get fresh eggs with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing to do.
That would, but I can't even take care of a plant. I need no. I started off because I don't have pets, but I'm starting off with plants, and they're so hard to take care of.
Chickens are easier.
Chickens are easier.
You still got to
Yeah.
feed the chickens too, though. You
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
The chickens are nice because all you have to do is fill up the food for like the
Yeah.
week,
Mhm.
and they'll eat for the week. The water is filled up for the week. So as long as you set an alarm on your phone for like however many days it takes them to go through that, and then you just let them inside and out. That's it. Put them in their thing at night. Let them out during the day. It's simple. And then collect the eggs.
I don't know. I still feel like chicken or any kind of animal is a lot of
Yeah,
work.
I like the thought of thinking I could raise a chicken, but I don't know.
You can. You too.
I can't. No, I'm like her. I could not even keep a plant alive
Yeah.
at all. I don't got no kids for a reason. I'm kidding. I
Ish.
do want kids. Ish. Kidding ish. I'm like, oh shoot, gotta feed them too.
Yeah.
So tell us about yourself, Juliza. We all want to know. How did you get into real estate?
Okay, so I have always been like in sales, and I used to sell like cars, like on the
Cars?
side. Yeah.
Like actual like motor like salesman like at a car dealership or like
No, I would do private selling
Ooh.
with my husband, and never at a dealership. But over the pandemic, we supplemented our income selling cars.
Like
So-
auctions and stuff like through a website or is it like
Mainly just like looking on like OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. We would
Flip cars.
flip cars.
Oh, there you go.
So we would buy them. My husband would fix them, and then I would list them.
Oh.
Yeah. So I would, take care of the negotiation, and yeah,
I did not know this about you.
yeah.
Fun little fact.
Yeah, it was super fun. I was telling Julian earlier. First, it became like just something like to try out, and then it became like addicting to like find these cars because they were like high demand.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
During
like-
pandemic?
Yeah, a lot of people wanted these cars.
So what
they're
kind of
the-
cars when you're saying these cars like what specific cars were there?
There were BMW E30s.
Specifically those ones.
Specifically these.
Why? I'm like, I mean, I don't know about cars, so dumb it down for me. Are they like race cars like type or?
Yeah. So what I think it was is like, I think trends start to like reoccur after a while, and these cars were like older than like 25 years old. So they started coming back on like people's interest.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, before they became really popular, my husband would buy them off the streets for like $1,500. And
really?
Yeah, over the pandemic, they went over for like 8,000. You know, even some for like 12,000, just depending on the condition of the car. So we started buying these cars, picking them up like whenever we would find them, drive out, tow them back home, and my husband would fix them. And then as soon as it was done, I would like list the cars.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's how we supplemented our income for a while. But I always liked sales. So when after I got done with college, I was about like 2 months postpartum because I had a baby. I wanted to join real estate, but it just wasn't the time. We weren't as established for me to like take that step. So then I revisited the idea once my daughter was a little bit older. She's 3, so she's not old, but she's 3. She was 3, and I by then she was already potty trained, and no more bottle or anything like that. So I wanted to take the next step and go to school, and then eventually got my license for it. So.
Were you into cars?
Yeah, it was actually when I graduated high school, I was a mechanic for probably like 9 years.
I did not know that about what. I feel like I'm missing something in the cars because I've never been into cars. That's like the next step I think I need to get into.
No.
Oh, we're gonna catch her selling cars next.
I'm gonna be at the auction, hustling and flipping cars, flipping house and flipping cars.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you were a mechanic.
I was a mechanic for 9 years, and then I was basically a service advisor for the next 8 years, and then I got my real estate license.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
I did not know the mechanic part in you.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Right out of high school, I got a job at we did custom accessories, and then I worked at AutoZone, and I went to UTI, so I got my trade school for being a mechanic, and then I went to Chicago for 6 weeks for VW specific factory training, and then I got my first job at a Volkswagen dealer.
Well,
Nice.
I have a BMW that needs work on, so
Oh.
Yeah, well, I really don't like
I need
talking
some
about the
brakes.
fact that I used to work on cars because I used to tell
someone
my
like me.
I used to tell my ex-wife, like, do not tell anybody that I work on cars. But yeah, cat's out of the bag.
Well, there you go. So now, hey, buddy,
Yeah, how you doing?
you want to fix my brakes?
Yeah, bring 'em on.
So that's pretty cool. I never knew you were selling and flipping cars. So do you ever want to go back to that too? Now that even though you're still doing real estate now, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something like that's really time consuming?
It could be depending on like the condition that we get the car, and what it needs, like mechanically and cosmetically. But aside from that, my husband loves doing the mechanic part. It's just like you said, very time consuming, and we have a little one, so that could be kind of challenging because she's still like
A
she has her
baby,
needs,
yeah.
So yeah.
Aw.
But I liked it, and
Yeah.
it's so fun, especially when you have a passion for it and you get paid for it. That
Oh, for sure.
is
I think
pretty
like
fun.
a really good thing that you guys did is you also niched down to one specific
Yeah.
thing, right? So
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
start to see the same problems with cars, and because as a dealer, most cars have the same problems over and over again for the most part. You'll find odd, weird things where people do stuff to the cars, like it was in a flood, so there's random weird things that happen to it. But for the most part, manufacturer defects, those things that happen are consistent. So when you
Yeah.
have the same car over and over again, you get really good at going there,
the
identifying like
problem.
the guy's telling you this is what's wrong with the car. You're like, I know exactly what's wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'll give you $1,500 for it, and then
Yeah.
you get it home, fix it, and you're good to go. So
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
after
that.
a while, we just started like catching on to things I might need.
Mhm.
And for my husband, it just came like automatically. He would know like what issue it was having, what it needed. We also found like a European auto supplier, so we had a lot of information on the car. So
So
That's cool.
does your husband still continue to do that while you're doing this?
No. So,
No?
no. So my husband, he does appliance repair full time. So nothing to do with cars, but eventually we want to get to a point where we could, like, not only do something career wise, but maybe like as a hobby, like, can little by
Continue
little.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a cool hobby, like you said. As long as you're in, the fun fact with it is
Yeah.
you're making money out of it.
Yeah,
And it's enjoyable.
for sure.
But just like any career, right? Anything we love, anything we work into, it's like it becomes a hobby of, something fun, and you're building a career and making money out of it.
exactly.
So I like that. Would you go back to fixing cars as a hobby? Do you have like an old classic car that you would know? I don't know.
No.
I feel like I need a hobby. I don't
No.
have a hobby.
When you do it for a career, it becomes, well, unless it's your true passion, which I have a knack for fixing things or working on things, but it's not a passion.
It's not a
So
passion.
I had a little bit of a passion, but you burn it out when you do it full time.
Mm.
Sometimes. So I, yeah, I go work on stuff when I have to, but for the most part, yeah, no. If I can find somebody to pay to do it, I'm all about it.
Yeah. I've only the closest I've ever got to like doing anything on a car is I've done an oil change on my car before.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I learned how to do that.
Nice.
Ask me how to do it now. Can't even tell you. I did it in my early 20s. But I mean, with guidance, of course. I wasn't just
Yeah.
like, let me go in there and fix it,
Yeah.
Trying to be all handy. No.
Yeah, I just had my friend Sammy, our friend Sammy, come over, and I just helped her change the oil on her Jeep, taught her how to do it.
That's cool.
So
Nice.
shout out Sammy, good job.
Good job, Sammy.
Yeah.
I did it on my Trailblazer and on when I had a Nissan too, Altima. The two cars I did it. Every time I'd be like, I need to be assisted because
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah.
I'm not a mechanic, like you said. That's not my trade. My trade is gab of the mouth.
Yeah.
But real estate,
I felt like I said that kind of sarcastic. I didn't mean it.
What?
Disrespect. You're
No.
like, gab of the mouth. I'm like, yeah.
It's the truth. It's the truth. I know myself. There was truth behind that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
So now that you've transitioned into a full-time career as a realtor, which
Yeah.
yay, applaud you on that, because I keep hearing that every year the task is getting harder and harder, and more people, as we know, are getting out of the industry. So you have now been how many years as a realtor?
Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Less than a year. I know. Sometimes, like, I'm afraid to tell people, but yeah, less than a year.
Say it proud, girl. I always think it's a big hoorah, in my opinion, because it's not easy, as you know. You've been doing it longer than I have. Probably, haven't you? No, maybe me. 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm 20 in.
You're way longer.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Well, over more than 5 years. It's hard in this industry, as we all know. Like you said, you said it previously in our previous podcast. Like there's ups and downs, and you have to change with the market. So you being new in the industry as last year compared to this coming year, like how are you feeling with the changes?
The first year, I wasn't expecting it to be like super easy, but at the same time, I didn't know how the market looked like till I actually joined. So when I started hearing from peers that were in the real estate industry for like more than 10 years or more than 5 years even, like just speaking about the transition in the real estate market, then I started to realize like, wow, it's pretty tough, for not just me. But definitely this year, it's going a lot better than before. Kind of just going with the flow, for sure. Always tuning into like training and stuff, because the more I learn, then the more I can progress and the more I can help potential clients. So that's something I always do is try to like join the training and any like real estate education that our brokerage provides, or even like other training, like CAR,
Mhm.
just things like that, just training, learning, and yeah,
Continue to grow and get
continue to grow. Yeah,
knowledge is power for
Yes.
sure.
yeah.
What's the biggest thing that you thought was going to be and then it wasn't
Yeah.
about real estate?
Honestly, I guess I didn't really have guess I didn't know how hard it was gonna be to like create clientele.
Mhm.
You know, you meet these people, you think they're potential clients, and then after a while, they're just not interested. You know, or they're just like you give them a call and it's like ghost you.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, I didn't realize that how hard it was gonna be to keep a client.
Mhm.
You know, and especially being new.
Mhm.
Um, that's yeah, I would say that.
As a new agent, you said just about a year.
Yeah.
What have you been doing like to get business? Like, how are you trying to find clients? Like, what's that been looking like for you?
So I do open houses,
Mhm.
but aside from that, I do a lot of cold calls, like leads from our brokerage.
Okay.
I just get on the calls. At first, it was like a bit of a change, I would say, like getting people to like hanging up or like stop calling me. But after a while, it just kind of became a little funny to me. I'm just like, oh wow.
It
Yeah.
does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I always feel like it does.
You're like mid sentence and all of a sudden just hang up.
Yeah.
But yeah, just phone calls, open houses, and just, consistently following up with these potential leads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like your niche is the open houses for sure.
Oh, really?
Because I mean, I've seen you, I've been watching you from day one. So, like, I just like to pay attention, you know?
Yeah.
Because I learn too, you know? I feel like
Yeah.
you can always learn from someone else and see
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Mhm.
You know, I know you're good at that. You know, your postings,
Yes.
you're definitely really good on social media. Your
Yes.
presence
Yeah.
is very professional and very good. So I enjoy watching your stories.
Aw.
I do. I really do. Just because you get a clear message out there. I feel like some people it's either too busy or not enough, but yours are pretty to the point and
Yeah.
pretty clear.
Yeah.
Have you seen hers post?
I haven't.
So I
Pretty good.
thank you, by the way. But I am pretty consistent on social
You
media.
are.
If it's one thing that I have is I'm very consistent on social media. And a lot of my leads are actually from Instagram.
Awesome.
So I have my Instagram, my Facebook linked to each other, but my Facebook's kind of old. It's like from middle school, so it just anything I post goes to my Facebook. But Instagram's where I get my most leads from, social media wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm finding that transition too. Are you? Like I'm also getting more like DMs versus like of interest and potential
Messenger.
and potential prospects versus like I mean open house is always going to be a win obviously, but versus like the cold call, I feel like my
Yeah.
turnaround or my
Yeah.
turnover is a lot more different on
Instagram.
social. Are you finding that right now?
No,
Or
but
what are
I don't
you
do
using?
much on social media these days. So
No?
I've been pretty quiet.
You
Yeah.
get out there, bro.
Dude, it's just something about it. Like I don't. It's a chore for me to be able to do that.
Really?
It's not something that I like to do. If I wasn't in real estate, I probably would never post
Really?
ever again.
Wow.
Yeah, just what it is. So
So where's yours? Like cold calling? Are you more of a cold caller?
yeah,
Do you also find like, I mean, with the growth, because I feel like nobody likes to call, right? Like that's everyone's like, oh, get on the phone and do the cold calling. But I think we all have that like once you start doing it consistently, like how you said, it becomes almost like fun.
Yeah.
I think it's after like the first 2-3 calls for me, at least for me. Then I'm like, okay, my nerves have like gone
Like
down.
warmed up a bit.
Yeah.
of the day. Like every day, it's the same thing. You have to start the dialer or
Shoot.
start the calls, and then get hung up, or whatever happens, and then it goes away. But if you take like for me, like if I take a couple of days off, or if I take a week off, and then I have to call again, it's like starting that muscle all over again. And like if you skip the gym for like a week and then you work
Yeah.
out, you're like super sore. This is the same with the calls for me.
Yeah, that was me with the gym the other day.
Yeah.
I got back yesterday and I'm like hella sore. But what is it with calls? I don't know. Like, it's something in our like brains or a story like in our nervous system because it does like build up nerves for me. Like,
I think it's the rejection. It's
Yeah.
fear of
yeah, I mean, it's definitely
for sure.
rejection.
It's,
But I'm
it's the
like-
fear of being told go f yourself and
Yeah.
and like get a real job. It's you're
Check me off.
you're a bottom feeder. You're a
Yeah.
vulture. You're
Yeah.
all these weird crazy things. So
I remember I've had crazy stories of people just cussing me out and it's fun, right?
who are you? Where do you work?
Yeah.
What do you work for? Blah blah blah. Yeah.
How'd you get this number?
How'd you get this
F
number?
off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, damn stalker. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Stop calling me.
I know. Like I told you, I blocked you, and then called them again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like do. But yeah, no, cold calling for sure is, my top fear. But
Yeah.
definitely stick to the open houses. I feel like you can't lose with open houses.
Open houses are good.
Yeah.
Since you've been doing open houses, you're targeting buyers,
Yes.
calling the leads from here. Most of those are buyer leads.
Yes.
There's a big change coming in June or July or
Absolutely.
whatever that's going to happen. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling great. I feel like
Good
I
answer.
joined at such a like challenging time in real estate that you just kind of have to adjust to what's going on, and you have to see it from a different perspective. If you want to succeed, you kind of have to just learn to maneuver around these hurdles, um, or jump over them. What I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think it's you have to keep going.
Yeah. I think
Heck
you're in a
yeah.
really good spot because
Yeah.
your answer is correct. Like I love that answer. And you know, at a time where everybody's leaving the industry because they're scared and they're letting fear steer whatever they're going to do. Like you're running full speed towards it and you're already knowing that you're going to adapt, you're going to figure it out,
Yeah.
and you're going to
You're gonna
succeed,
succeed,
thrive,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, it's funny because I saw a meme today. Not even a meme. I'm sorry, a story on a top agent today, and she kind of brought up the same. It's kind of like a little clip on the positivity of it. So that's why I also love your answer. Staying positive with it because it's like the whole manifestation. If you attract the negative, you're gonna get the negative. But if you maneuver with the changes and like how you mentioned, and consistently just grow from it, and you coming into a challenge, and I can relate to that in the sense of you learn better and you don't take the easy way, right? I always say go slow to go fast is something I've always learned
Yeah.
from someone, and I've always kept that in the back of my head. You coming in at this tough market where the shift has changed with the rates going higher,
Yeah.
prices, and now you have this new commission thing out. It's like it's a great way for you to overcome not only negotiation, but you're going to be even better at negotiating.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
and you keeping with that positive attitude of like it's going to happen. I'm going to make it
Yeah.
happen, and you're sticking through it. It speaks volume, and that's why you should hire her as an agent. She's going to fight for you. But I just love seeing like when I'm hearing other agents comment and try to stay positive versus these negative memes or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
just like, you know what? Either get in or get out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How do you feel with that?
Yeah, I think so. You're a student of the game,
Yeah.
been studying and watching things
Yeah.
and learning things. What advice would you give somebody? Because I'm sure you've researched on how you're going to handle this. So what's going to be your way of handling this, or what could you tell another agent that's scared about what's going to happen and how to adapt? What would you say to them?
For sure, have that conversation with your buyers. Just explain to them what is going on. Because the settlement is that they're just not. They're going to stop listing it on the MLS. That doesn't mean that sellers aren't going to provide the commission. I'm sure some sellers will give a commission, but it's having that conversation with the seller. If they're not willing to get a commission, then speak to your buyer. And tell them, like if you really like this house, they don't offer a commission. It is going to have to come out of like your side. But I think communication for sure is key with the seller and your buyer. And like she said, negotiation. Always try to negotiate. At the end of the day, the best interest is for your client. So you always want to try to negotiate something. And so that way at the end of the day, we need to get paid. So, and the seller needs to sell the house. So, we need to work something out here.
Yeah.
Like they say, everything's negotiable in real estate.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. It's always been negotiable, but
Always been
somehow
negotiable.
it
Yeah.
was, deemed that we were colluding for 6%. And I haven't got 6% probably for years. So
I know. 6%. I know. It's been a minute. But yeah. I'm about to be like an attorney, charge per hour.
no, per lawsuit amount,
Oh yeah.
you get your 40%.
Your lump sum in.
Talk about fixed rates.
No shit, huh?
Nice.
Yeah. I saw like a little like joke about that too. That's why I bring up the attorney thing. I'm like, yeah, just next thing you know, they're gonna be changing it as agents are gonna start charging our clients per hour, just like attorneys do
Yeah,
per
yeah.
minute.
Oh.
Or
Did you see
whatever
that?
it is.
Did you guys see that thing that is it Matt? I think his name is. He's back east somewhere. But he was no, it was the guy that sings your realtor guy that sings that has all
My
the rap
realtor
songs.
guy.
The rap guy.
What's
I
his
think
name?
I know what you're Alex? Is it Alex?
I think so. I think that's
Yeah.
his name. But anyways, he did a little skit where he was talking to he was out at lunch with a client and he's like, yeah, so am I gonna help you sell this house or help you find a house? He's like, well, he's like, no, not really. I talked to a dude. He's gonna do it for like $1,000, flat fee. He's like, $5,000? No problem. I got you. I'll do it for 500. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, let's go. So they leave and he jumps in this buyer's car. He's like, well, it's only $500, bro. Like, you're gonna have to drive. And then they get to the thing and he like throws him his thing to get in the house. He's like, go check it out. Let me know if you like it. He's like, you're not gonna come and show it to me? He's like,
Like,
$500, bro.
Yeah.
And so the guy goes in, he comes out, he's like, I like it. I'm gonna, I want to write an offer. What do we have to do? He hands him his laptop. He's like, here, just type it in right here. What you want to offer? Let me know when it's done. He's like, well, you're not gonna write it up for me? He's like, bro, it's $500. Like, what do you want? It was hilarious.
Oh man, right? That's what I'm like starting to feel. But you've seen all these sketch and memes come out,
Yeah.
and it's true.
Yeah.
Like,
Or if it's hourly, like imagine like lawyers now, they get paid by the hour, half hour,
or whatever it is,
and they're gonna drag things on. They're no incentivized to do it quick, fast, and
Well, that's what I'm
easy.
saying. It's not going to be a 30-day escrow. That cash offer is going to be 5-10 days.
Yeah.
That's going to be way longer.
Yeah.
You know.
And that offer that it took me to write up that I could maybe done in a half an hour, it's probably gonna take me 2 or 3 hours to do this time.
Maybe a week.
Yeah, maybe a week.
You
Things-
know, come back.
Computer's running
Stuff
slow.
comes up.
Yeah.
You know, the internet went out.
You know.
No, it's crazy.
It's insane.
When I was house hunting with my client, he sent me this property and the commission was $1.
$1?
$1 for the buyer's agent. And I was like, no way. Like, the house is on the market for like 249 days. And there was going to be like an open house soon. And that was going to be the only time to view the house. And so this seller and the seller's agent was just being like too complicated and $1 commission. So I was like, no way I'm going to go show the house. It's like, but I did tell him, it would just, the commission's $1.
Was it a typo or was it really like $1?
It was $1.
Like you call the agent.
It would have been
confirmed.
0, but they have to put
You
something
have
on the
to put
MLS,
something.
so that
What
they put
the-
$1.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And this was up in Hesperia
Mhm.
too. So yeah. So it's just having that conversation, and it's crazy how sellers think their home will sell. Like, it's not going to sell if you're not offering a commission, or if you're not willing to, put the other end to like compensate us. We bring the buyer.
I just think it's going to be
So-
harder because it's like you have, like I hear from lenders, right? Like you already have a hard time getting these FHA clients to qualify, yet alone
Exactly.
having them pay up their own commissions,
Mm.
and then
Yeah.
now you're going to have lenders cutting in points or whatever. Like it's going to be another, like you said, another obstacle we have to keep,
Yeah.
stuff's going to keep coming back with problems and issues. And it's just going to, I don't
Have to
know.
Yeah. You just have to find a way.
But just like you, I'm like, staying positive, and we're gonna overcome
Yeah.
this, and we're gonna figure it out. It's
yeah.
It has to.
There has
get
to be a
clear.
way.
Yeah.
There has to.
There's always room for negotiation, or if not, like in your contract, add that addendum.
Addendum.
Hello, I can't even talk. Can you tell now the energy drink is gonna? Just add that extra form in, and just
Yeah.
to clarify and communicate.
Mhm.
Your commissions at the end of the day. And like you said, it's the negotiation and the education to each party and the clients. Like, this is what it is at this
Yeah.
point. But I don't know. I just keep every time. That's why I'm also trying not to feed into everything. Just kind of sticking to the facts because everyone's coming up with their own conclusions, their own observations, and it's like, okay, it hasn't hit you yet to negotiate that, so let's get to it when it comes.
Yeah.
Versus like creating a problem now for it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Start educating yourself.
Yeah, let's not
now,
create this
so when the
story.
time comes,
Yeah.
you're already informed. You can
Exactly,
perform better. Yeah.
so, but I don't know. That's how I feel. Just like you, staying positive and just let's move this thing forward. But the problems are still gonna come up for sure.
Yeah.
I remember when I first joined Main Street, we had a power hub, and we had someone from, I think it was like fire hazard. She was talking about insurance.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
How
see.
it was gonna,
Lucille.
Lucille, how insurance was gonna like go through the roof, and I was a new agent. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is scary. This is happening, and I was just like, it was just in my head, like this is, scary for people who want to get home insurance. But then, as I've been in the market now, you just have all these things happening, and you kind of just figure it out as you go. You can't sit and dwell on it and, have this negative perception of it.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to learn to cope with it and, find a way around it. I learned, probably call insurance as soon as, go into escrow, call insurance. So there's always a way around stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm learning that.
Yeah. Adapt and overcome.
No, you
Yeah.
have to. So yeah,
Good.
so I'm happy that you joined us here, by the way. And also, congratulations as being a new homeowner.
Oh, yes.
So what's it like on the other side?
Hold on.
And that's a big accomplishment, honestly. Like, I mean, you hear people like, especially now in today's market, or like, not many people have homes that you may know, and for you to also be a realtor and be a homeowner,
Yeah.
and even buy multiple homes later down the road, because you will, you're
Yes.
gonna invest.
Well,
Yes.
the best part
know.
is, when did you buy it?
I closed January 3rd.
See? So
Yeah.
where you have people saying it's now a good time, you have somebody in real estate that's
Yeah.
actually buying a property.
And that's
to
what I was
live
gonna
in.
get to. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
for
with
sure.
continuing on to piggybacking into you is you're buying in a so-called crazy hard market. Here you are doing it, which is
Yeah.
obviously a testament. Hey, you guys, it's still a good time to buy.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell us about what's it like your experience now on the buying side. I'm curious to hear your
So
perspective.
it, as a buyer, it was pretty stressful. I've never moved in my life, like never moved in my life. I lived in the same house for 24 years, except for like 2 months, like over 2008 when the recession hit. We had my parents lost their home, so we moved out. But then, long story short, my parents were able to get the same home back later. But aside from that, I've never moved, and I was a kid back then. So now as an adult, now with the baby, and like having to pack and then move and unpack and then set the home up, buy furniture, or not buy furniture, but buy things for the house. Like all that has been quite the transition, I will say. Um, so I handled the escrow as the agent, the buyer, and the TC,
Oh,
which I
dang.
don't recommend.
No.
I don't recommend. And I didn't know any better. So I did like 80% of my transaction. But then afterwards, I ended up just hiring a transaction coordinator because it was too much. It was
Yeah.
really stressful. But ultimately, it is honestly a blessing having your own home. We didn't know what that was like because we were like living at my mom's. We were renting there, and it was just like one room. And now that we have a house, I told my husband, I was like, man, how did we live there for like almost 5 years? And he was like, well, we were surviving. We weren't living, we were surviving. And so now, on the flip side, now having our own home, it's been quite like the hassle, but also like the biggest blessing.
That's
for
awesome.
sure. Yeah.
Do you
Now-
guys have land because it's Oak Hills? Like half acre? Or?
No, we have. I think it's like close to 8,000
Okay.
lots, so it's like not too big of. I know what you're talking about. Oak Hills has like
Yeah.
pretty big property.
For those of you that don't know where Oak Hills is, it's like towards Victorville, Hesperia area at the
Yeah, it's like
hill.
Right at the top of the
Right at
The
the
pass.
top.
first city. So yeah, so we have enough space for sure for the three of us, but we like it because it's our own place to call ours. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So happy for you.
thank you.
That's great. What was it like? What was your feeling when you got your first home, Julian?
It was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Were you young?
Yeah, I was 23, so
about the same age,
as
yeah.
her. Yeah. Yeah, it's there's not another feeling like it.
Right?
Yeah.
I really I really enjoyed when because our first house was in Banning, brand new construction. We bought it for 218,000 in like
Nice.
2004 or five, somewhere around there,
Oh, wow.
four, and then we had it for a year, and it had gone up over 100,000 because that was like leading up to the crash,
Gosh,
whatever.
Yeah.
And so we sold it, and we bought a house in Woodcrest in Riverside. It's like horse property, so we had half
Woodcrest is
acre
nice. Yeah.
with horse property and stuff like that. And I just remember like doing the yard, and I'd be all the way at my front gate, and I'd have to go down the house, down, and just like walking and walking and walking all the way to the back of the property, and thinking to myself, like, this is mine. Like I had to walk like how far, and I never even left my property and came
That's
back.
cool.
So that was like, that was one of those things I remember, and I probably won't forget. It's pretty cool.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Do you have a house like that now where you're like keep walking on land to land to land to land?
Yeah.
I know. Don't
Yeah.
you have like a go-kart or something?
He grows cow, or he has cows. Grows has cows and goats and killer dogs and sheeps and whatnot.
Yeah, we live on 60 acres now.
Oh, nice.
So, but it's not ours. It's like a family compound. So there's 4 houses on there, and everybody's family. And
Nice.
But that's cool.
but literally, if I leave my front door and I can walk down the trails and into the wash and back up to the other side and like to the far corner, it's and back. It's just under 2 miles round
oh
trip,
wow.
and I never left the property.
Wow.
I think
That's
about that when I'm walking. Like
Huge.
I know it's not mine, but I envision like if this was mine, how freaking rad would that be? You know?
So rad, and even now, like
Yeah.
not many people say I live on 2 miles worth of land, 60 acres. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, that is neat. Like I said, you freaking get lost there real quick. Get your steps in. Having creepy people pop up at night.
People, creepy people have not crept up at night yet.
Hills have eyes.
I've heard stories in
I
the
don't want
past,
to hear stories.
but we did have a. Every once in a while, you get a creepy dude during the day that'll
Oh,
come onto
no.
the property, and you gotta like run him off. And it's funny because my nephew he's a cop, and he lives there on one of the houses, and he's like, yeah, he grew up there. He's like, you have to act as crazy as you can because you want them to leave and tell everybody else those people are crazy. Don't go there. You have to build a
Oh.
reputation of being freaking crazy. So you show guns, you do whatever you got to do, but you act crazy as shit, so they never come back.
Are you serious?
That's what he said.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I gotta act crazy.
That
So
ranch life.
I know. I'll be
Yeah.
riding around with the quad with the blowhorn then. Like
act crazy.
scare people away.
Yep.
Dang.
Tell him you're gonna kill him.
Yeah, I don't know about that part,
Yeah,
but
that's-
cops rolling up, like we got the threat call.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're on my property, so
That's true.
I mean, if I'm not home and you come back and my wife's home alone, like
Yeah.
you gotta act crazy and make sure they're not coming back.
I guess I'll be crazy for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah. I still have that just stories. I don't know. I've been on this like rabbit hole, like crime scene investigation. Like in my head, I should have been like an FBI investigator, like a
Mm.
crime scene investigator.
Oh, okay.
So like whenever I hear someone like you telling me those kind of stories or like someone popping up and stuff, my head just goes into these like rabbit hole investigations, crime scenes I've
can
been seeing.
see
Honestly,
you.
I think
can
it's a
see you
woman
doing
thing.
something
Is
like that.
it?
I've met so many women that have that same thing, but I think it's because you guys think about everything all the time. Like it's just your minds are just you talk to a guy and we're just like
I wanted to be an FBI agent
Really?
at
Yeah.
one point.
yeah,
Dang.
Maybe it is just.
it's a woman thing
woman
because
Has
you
to
guys
be.
think all those things. Like you guys always go to worst case scenario. It's like you do.
Yeah, I do.
We're
I'll be
really
like,
good at finding stuff out.
yes. I feel like I'm
Yeah,
a great
like-
investigator.
Like if
Like I am the queen of receipts, and I'm proudly say that for everything. Like, don't cross me. I am the queen of receipts, and I will investigate, and I
Yeah.
get to the facts, to the source. Like,
you
I'm
guys
not
ask
gonna
all
go-
the stupid questions that nobody wants to ask.
Exactly. I like that.
It's
I'm
like
gonna
that.
go-
It's like that TikTok where the reel. I don't want to even say TikTok. The reel where the guy
It's okay to say
he goes
TikTok.
golfing with his buddy who just got divorced
Yeah.
or something like that, and he comes home and his wife's like, "So did you golf with so and so?" He's like, "Yeah." So, well, how's he doing? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You didn't ask? Well, no. She's like, "Well, he got divorced. Like, is he dating anybody?" He's like, "I don't know." She's like, "Didn't you golf with him?" He's like, "Yeah." "You were with him for 4 hours today?" "Yeah." "You were in the same golf cart?" "Yeah." "You didn't ask any of those questions?" She's like, "No, but I know he's got a new driver." But that's just what guys do. We don't ask those questions. Women do.
I know.
I know.
Either
I
that or
feel
cheese balls or something.
I-
like I'm
As
just
soon
like,
as we're united, we're
you're like, what's the
catching
tea?
up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not big on like the gossipy stuff,
Yeah.
like that stuff. I'll cut quick because
Mhm.
I'm not like that. But I want to know like if it involves my life or someone I care for, yes, I'll ask the questions, like stuff like that I will. But not to like sit there and gossip. No,
about
that's not my thing.
someone.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
not my vibe.
about
I don't like that.
gossiping about
No, because I'm like, if you
I
gonna
feel
do
you.
that to me, then I know you're gonna be talking about my stuff. So no, I'm not into that. But if it's something like something happened to someone like that I care for, meaning
Yeah.
like I don't know, a missing person or something, I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
questions.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be the investigator.
Mhm.
Like I would sit there and watch crime scenes and literally like the unsolved stuff, and then I'll like go from the beginning and try to find every documentary, Google it, whatever, and I'm gonna solve this case. You know what I mean? Like
I
over the
get
weekend,
you,
I'm gonna
yes.
solve this case.
Did you watch that thing on Netflix where that couple was in San Francisco and they got robbed and his girlfriend? No, they got somebody broke into their house and took his girlfriend, kidnapped her.
No, I mean, there's a lot of like broken in.
It's like a documentary.
Was it?
You got to watch it. You'd like it.
All right, send it to me. What's
Yeah.
it called?
I don't remember. Otherwise, I would have said what it was called.
I'm trying to think. I saw one where now my mind's going to like forgetting the names too, where it was like a kidnap and the girl reappeared, like, and then they were trying to blame the boyfriend or fiance, whatever, saying that he set it up, but no, it was like a real like
Yeah.
stalker person coming in to breaking into other houses.
Yes, that
was
one.
it that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one I went
Yeah.
to a rabbit
When you
hole.
when you
Yeah.
first started
That's
watching
when I
it,
went
did
to
you
the-
not condemn that
Oh,
dude?
Hell
Like
yeah.
he was guilty as
I
shit.
was like, how do you not with the goggles and
Yeah.
everything? Like that was you.
Yeah.
And then as you go deeper into the Netflix, no, I went to like find the articles and everything. That was me. I was
Yeah.
I was solving the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Do you never get into like rabbit holes like that as a woman? Now that he says we're all investigators, I
Rabbit
can't
holes,
believe it.
yes. So I do. I will watch like true crime.
True crime.
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes like I will get into it, and like I'll be going through my day, and just it's in the back of my mind, like who killed this person? You know?
I always try to say like, are they lying or are they not lying? Like
Yeah.
I always think like maybe they're the psycho ones. You know what I mean? Like you never know. A lot of
Yeah.
bipolar people out there, so you're
Yeah.
just like believable too. Like there's great actors. So I'd be
Yeah.
like thinking like, damn, they got a good story. Like
Mhm.
I'm thinking it's them and they're just the mastermind behind the setup. People do that. People are crazy. Just like people kill other people for insurance money. Like it's crazy. You never know. But yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me. I just got into all these like crime investigation rabbit holes out of nowhere too. I'm just trying to think where it even came from. Or see, I need a hobby, guys. I need a hobby.
You-
I feel like you have your hobby.
That is not a
We
good hobby.
Figured it out.
That is not a good hobby. I need to like crochet or something. Like I not.
Didn't you say you wanted to get into something?
I did. And I still can't find it. Like I started the running thing. Like
That's what it was.
yeah, I just got cleared from the doctors, so like not that long ago. So that's why I'm back in the gym with the trainer to start building momentum back up. Because I tried to run and man, I got
Maybe
lightheaded.
hiking.
I mean hiking I like to do, but that's just not like a hobby for me. Like I like to do it like
Yeah.
when especially now in the summertime, like to go early in the mornings.
Yeah.
But running, like I got into running by accident, like in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and then did cross country, and then after I injured my knee or whatever, like stopped. But that was like a good release for me. Like
What about sports? Are
um,
you into sports?
yeah, I meant just watching sports and
No.
stuff. I don't
You
know.
start playing
like,
pickleball?
Not yet. I haven't. I keep hearing and I keep like investigating,
I haven't played it.
but I haven't played yet.
Yeah.
I want to. I feel
Are
like
you
that would be
into
good.
golf? Golf?
I play golf.
You look like a golfer.
I've done racket. Racket's fun.
I do everything. Like, yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I do too many things. Like I'm if yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
I like sports, but I haven't found one like, what? Like even Roger, I don't even know what I posted. One of our agents here, Roger, was like, "Hey, we should start a softball league or something." And I'm like, "Yeah," but then I started thinking about it. I'm like, "Who got the time? Like,
Yeah,
that's a lot of
true.
time and
It would have to
effort."
be like weekend, but you have to
Yeah,
like train
really.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coordinate. I'm like, I don't put me as a coach because knowing me, I'll take it on. Like, I got it, guys, and then I'll just be
You get
overwhelmed with it.
busy. Yeah.
I'm just too busy. I mean, I will make time for stuff, obviously, but something like that, it's a lot of coordinating and it's a lot of like scheduling, and it's not happening.
It's one night a week.
It's a lot right now. It's a lot. It's a lot, Julian. Trying to focus on my own life right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of tasks right now. Especially like I feel like especially with parents, because like I don't have kids, so
Mhm.
right now it's the season. Everyone's in back in sports, back in football or
I have
whatever.
a game right after this.
Yeah, you see, like it's hard to coordinate with other adults. You know,
Yeah.
I got to find them single parents out there. You know, like
That is so hard.
it is hard. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just to schedule a bunch of people. I don't want to take on that task.
Yeah.
It's hard enough becoming. You know what? Party planning. That is my hobby.
There you go.
She
Because
is.
everyone comes to me to plan their events,
You
even though
are.
I'm not a party planner, but I will do it
You
for
are
some
good at
people.
it,
But
though.
I feel like I'm good and I'm getting a lot better at it. Special events. Like special events. Not like a whole big, well, no. But yeah, that should be my next
Let's throw a
hobby.
party out at my house
Let's do it.
on the ranch.
Let's do it. Oh, we can do like a
Ooh, on
stagecoach
the
thing. The
ranch.
stagecoach is coming up. So,
Coachella.
yeah. Are you guys going to the festivals? Are you a festival person? No? Is your
No.
wife?
We used to go.
You
but
don't want to wear the rainbows and
no.
glitters and go, whoa?
No.
No?
No.
You used to go?
I,
was the last time
no,
you
no,
went?
no. I've never. We went to like stagecoach, like those.
I love
yeah.
stagecoach. I know.
Yeah.
I'm
We,
looking
I went. So it's funny because I never. You guys call them festivals now. They used to be called raves, and all of my friends grew up going to raves and doing a bunch of stuff, and I refused to go. They would show up in fuzzy pants, looking freaking retarded. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, bro, you got to go. It's so fun. Yeah, like dressed like dude, weird stuff. And this is before it became quote unquote normal. So they were freaking weirdos to me, and they were all doing that stuff. You guys, you know who you are, and so
what are you pointing to?
I never went to one ever. My whole that's all they did every weekend. They were going out, and then I finally met my wife, and she made me go to one.
Oh wow.
I went to Glen Helen. I don't remember what it was.
And? Did you like it?
No, it was stupid.
Really?
I like the music, certain music, because she liked it. When I met her, she was listening to like that kind of music, and I never really listened to it. I listened to like rap and like country, like those were my things. And then I started listening to some of the stuff she was listening to, and then I got into it. So now I like the music, but I'm not down with the festivals.
No, I could do some festivals like EDC and all that. That's like too much for me now. Like maybe for my early 20s, but now I'm like I don't want to be. I need my personal space. But I do like Stagecoach. I always have a great crowd than it is when you go to Coachella, and I don't do the other festivals anymore. I mean, certain ones I do out of the country festivals, like Tulum ones and stuff like that, like Fly Project. They're just different. It's just different. It's different, guys. Can't knock it till you try it. But like, yeah, the hardcore like EDMs and all, or EDC or whatever. I'm gonna step back a little bit. I feel like it ain't my scene. I need my space.
Yeah.
And you?
I've never been.
Never been.
No.
I've been like any festivals or raves or anything like that.
No.
Never into that.
No, I have not, but I used to live like right near the Orange Show.
Oh.
So we would know when there's a rave
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's no freaking parking.
Hear all the ambulances taking everybody out.
Really
Oh my
though.
god, girl.
Yeah, but no, I haven't. I haven't.
No.
No.
Do you go to concerts or anything like that?
I do. I've only been to one, so I have, I guess. So I just went to the Weekend concert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I like the
that's
weekend.
my first concert. But yeah, I should probably
That was your first concert ever?
ever.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your first concert?
I think my first concert, if I can remember correctly, might have been Garth Brooks and Tim McGraw, like back in the day, like 97,
Oh, wow.
98.
97. That was me. Mine was Spice Girls.
Oh, boy.
I was like 10 or 11.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember. And then after that, it was like Gwen Stefani, or like No Doubt, because she wasn't Gwen Stefani then. And then
My
like,
first
both times.
concert was before she was born,
Oh wow.
right?
Damn.
You were born in 2000-ish?
1999.
99.
You were 99?
Yeah.
I was in junior high 99. I only know that because in
That's
99,
crazy.
99, I moved to Riverside, and that's when my niece was born.
Aw,
Because I was going into 7th grade in 99.
nice.
I feel old now.
I know you
It's
do
so
too.
crazy.
I
I don't
feel
feel
too.
like you're that much
Older?
older.
Thank you.
Older, much older. I
I
like that.
don't.
That old, that much older.
The hesitation. That
I didn't
much,
want to offend
much,
anybody, but
much
I don't
older.
feel like there's a big age gap between.
Oh,
us.
cool. I'll take
Yeah.
that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
In a mature way.
So you're a Main Street girl.
Mhm.
What is your favorite thing about being a part of Main Street?
I would say the dynamic here. So, like for example, the first person I met from Main Street was actually Esther,
Oh.
and she was very like welcoming. And then I met Rick. I thought it was gonna be like a really like sophisticated
I mean, we sophisticated.
office. No, but like I just
I
thought
know, like suit and tie
like
kind
corporate
of thing. Yeah.
kind of thing. You know, I meet Rick and he's like in skinny jeans and he's like super chill to talk to. You know, I didn't feel like, you know, he was, I don't know, like someone I couldn't talk to. Like he very easygoing.
Mhm.
So I like that about Main Street is the dynamic here.
Nice.
That's awesome. I like that. If you would to go back, would you have gone into real estate a lot sooner than you did a year ago?
So I feel like things happen at the right timing. And I felt like I was meant to nurture my baby first. And, you know, once I got her to a position where, you know, she was already walking, already like taking care of a bottle or diapers, then, you know, I could pay a little bit more attention to myself and, you know, grow. So I feel like I got into real estate at the right time, for sure. Obviously, you know, I don't want to dwell. Oh, I should have got into real estate as soon as I was 18. You know,
Yeah.
but I feel like I joined at a perfect time.
That's awesome.
Sure.
Well, I'm happy you joined and I'm happy you got your license. And I kind of want to piggyback off the car thing. That's kind of cool. It's just,
The car?
it's interesting.
That took me by
It's-
surprise when
I
she said that. I was
know,
like,
I'm
"Wait, you did what?" Yeah.
I mean, I've known you for I've known you for a year,
Yeah.
over a year, and I never knew that about you. Yeah, I always thought you were like a stay-at-home. I knew you worked and went to school and got, you know, and applaud you for that too. Even getting, you know, your degree, that's big, you know. It's more than I didn't finish. I went 3 years in and didn't finish. But you know, that's amazing. You know, you set your goals and you've been accomplishing them. You know, at the time that it's meant to happen for you.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I love that you're here and don't leave us for
Thank you.
sure.
Yeah.
I love
So.
being here. I love being a realtor for sure. I feel like it changed my life for the better, and it has, you know, it comes with a lot of, you know, experiences for sure.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I feel like you could, you know, make a lot from real estate. You know, not just, you know, make a lot of friendships. You know, and you could also make a lot financially. You know, you can grow a lot in this industry, which is what I appreciate the most from real estate. But for sure, I like it.
Well, Julie and I are always here for you if you ever need anyone to help you.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that you're finding your niche and your way and, you know, creating your name for yourself in this industry.
Thank you. And I appreciate that because, like, you know, a lot of peers here, you know, they've always offered, like, advice or, like, a hand. And, like, for you, even, like, I want to say thank you because when I first came in, you know, I was very needy, you know, and I look back and I was like, wow, Esther didn't really even have to, you know, answer my questions. She didn't have to answer my calls or, you know, when I was like calling you about these questions, you know, you took it and you didn't need to. You know? I appreciate that.
No, but I love helping. Like that's,
Yeah.
I love it. I love, and I always say this, like I love to watch people grow and succeed because it inspires me,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like, okay, Esther, you see her try and like kick up your step, you know,
Yeah.
like it's motivating to me.
Yeah.
So, but I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank
So
you.
definitely continue what you're doing and keep growing. But with that being said, also, where can people find you on social media?
At Juana Juliza on Instagram.
Juana Juliza on Instagram. So don't forget to follow her on IG
Yes.
because she is constantly putting content
Oh,
out
yes.
there. And where can we find you, Julian?
Well, it doesn't matter because I'm not on there anyways. But no, the
Put 'em on.
Julian Caesar on Instagram.
If not, we can find him on the main pod too.
Yes.
Every Thursday.
Yep.
Today being
Yep.
Tuesday though, so main exception for you.
Yeah.
But also, you guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on the main pod. Also, don't forget to click and follow us on IG. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Julian, for always being such a pro in the tech.
Yeah. Most of the time.
All the time. What do you mean? Most of the time. You're good at it. So, and then don't forget to stay tuned for Thursday at 2 o'clock with another guest here at the main pod. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.